I don't know if you know what all those little round things are, but those, my friend, are deer footprints. So what we're doing today is we are putting up a wire fence around my rose garden. So they've gotten most of my roses, which means we can't wait to get the fencing that I really want, that I can't afford right now. We've got to get something up there, even if it's janky looking and not what I had envisioned. You can see they got the two taller ones in the middle. They got this one here. They got the one next to it right there. And the one behind that one. And it goes on and on. So I guess they didn't get all of them. Here's one that has a couple of blooms on it. I think this one is Olivia Austin. And this one is Simplicity. So the rose shrub that wins with the most blooms on it is this big old one here. And look how pretty it is. Oh, that color is so stunning. And I don't know how much of this putting up the fence I'm going to show you, because my husband and I were having a discussion. Sometimes working with your husband is not always the easiest and ideal situation. In the words of the Dowager Countess, I don't argue, I explain. And on being wrong, I wouldn't know. I am not familiar with the sensations. So we are finally putting in our first post for the fence. And there's usually a reason that women live longer than men. And it's this here. Don't try this at home, folks. Now, the ladder, this might have actually been a little sturdier than having him climb on a ladder to do this. He wouldn't have had to climb it very tall, though. I just know I probably wouldn't have tried this. So these posts are 8-foot tall T posts, which means the T at the bottom is going to go down anchored into the ground about 18 inches, which leaves us 6.5 feet above ground for the 6-foot tall wire that we're putting around these posts. Now, I thought I had angled the camera a little bit better than this. What I'm doing here is guiding the tractor as close to the back of my SUV as possible so that my husband can lift the really heavy, tall wire onto the tractor and I back up with it so he doesn't have to carry it that far, because that wire is really, really heavy. No, he is just cutting the hog ties that are on the wire that keeps the wire rolled together, and they were not exactly easy to get off. So now he's just trying to figure out how he's going to roll the wire out. What I didn't show is him putting up the rest of the posts around the rose garden. I think we have a total of 5 in, and we need another 7 more for it to be completely sturdy, but we did not have any more 8-foot ones. So we are going to have to go out and buy some more to get the fence completely sturdy and stable and looking a little bit nicer. So I'm not sure how well you can actually see this wire from a distance, but we are putting it up. This was not the original wire I had ordered. The farm store made a mistake, and what I had ordered was just your basic silver 6-foot tall wire for farming. And my husband came back with this stuff, and I was like, that's not what I ordered. And he said, well, the clerk said this is what it was. And I was like, okay, I know that this is not what I ordered, but it was a lucky mistake because of it being black. You can't see it as well from a distance. And so it looks much nicer around the rose garden than the wire I ordered would have looked. And now I'm just giving my husband the zip ties to hold the fence to the arbor and the post. Yes, you heard that right. Zip ties. We are zip tying the wire to the post. When I said janky, I meant janky. So I guess we only have 4 T-posts, and we need to get another 7 more to make it straighter and look completed nicer, like we meant to do it on purpose, even though we really didn't. Our plan is to get some wrought iron panel fencing and stick those panels on top of the stone wall, something that looks similar to this. Eventually, we'll have to slowly probably buy it 1 panel at a time, because those panels are not cheap. But overall, this actually looks much better than I thought it was going to, and I can live with it for a temporary thing. Now, that temporary thing, maybe 2 years, 3 years, who knows? But it's not that bad, and I can deal with it. So that is our fencing around the rose garden. I don't even know how well you can see it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, feed the pollinators for me.